a view of how India is actually looking at this situation, because the Embassy of India in Doha has now issued a statement saying that Indian nationals who are currently stranded in Qatar as tourists or short-term visitors due to cancellation of flights out of Qatar between February 28th and March 7th, 2026 are encouraged to fill their details in a form that has been released. The statement further said that this is only for the purpose of ascertaining the exact number and details of stranded Indian nationals who are not residents of Qatar. And apart from this, the Ministry of External Affairs has also issued a statement saying that the Government of India is continuously monitoring the evolving situation in West Asia and the Gulf region, especially with regards to the welfare of Indian nationals who have been stranded there during transit or on short-term duration visit. Following the partial opening of airspace across the region in the last few days, Indian and foreign airlines are operating commercial flights, including non-scheduled flights, to enable the return of Indian passengers who were in transit or on short-term visit in these countries. Now, the statement further read that by now, more than 52,000 Indians have availed of these flights and travelled safely from the Gulf region to India between March 1st and 7th, 2026. 32,107 of whom have travelled on Indian flights. More flights are now planned in the coming days. Apart from this, let's also look at how the neighbors are reacting in the region. Saudi Arabia has now warned Iran not to target its territory or energy facilities, saying Riyadh could also retaliate and follow and allow US forces to use Saudi bases if attacks continue. Remember, a Saudi Aramco facility in Ras Taruna was in fact targeted by Iranian strikes. Commodore Sodhi, if I can come to you regarding this, let's first discuss Saudi Arabia, because that is a development that is coming to the fore. Currently, Saudi Arabia has now warned that it might join the war. It will allow US to use those bases and target Iran if Iran continues to target these oil facilities. Like at the start of the broadcast, sir, you mentioned that the shift now has focused to targeting fuel supply, to targeting the fuel, the areas that are oil producers. So obviously we are seeing Saudi Arabia being hit, we are seeing Iraq being hit, and now Saudi Arabia has warned of action against Iran.
Yes, Shivani, Saudi Arabia has taken a stand, because their energy sector is also now being targeted by Iran. Though Iran has come up with a statement and apologies for the attacks which happened in the neighboring countries, they also have been saying that in case Iran gets attacked, they will continue with this approach. Saudi Arabia has no other option but finally to retaliate, and they will definitely permit the American assets to be used against Iran by America. Saudi Arabia also has got a pact with Pakistan, and you have already reported earlier that the Pakistan military has already said that they would be with Saudi Arabia because they have a pact. So the scenario in the Middle East is going to change depending upon the approach which Iran is going to take. And Iran has no other option but to do counterattacks on Israel. And so far as America is concerned, they are going to attack the American embassies, consulates, and the assets in the neighboring countries.
Absolutely. In fact, that's unfortunately all the time that we have to discuss this right now. But I thank you, Ambassador Fabian and Commodore Sodhi, for speaking to NewsX, for taking out your time to discuss this news. With that, we are wrapping up this bulletin.